What's up, YouTubers? Ruffsack here, coming live from the brand new Ruffsack man cave or game cave or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to sound sexist because I'm sure women have man caves too, lady cave, girly cave, I don't know. Anyway, the background footage is some S&D on Meltdown using probably my new favourite weapon, which is the M8, the mate, love the mate, good on you, mate. Oh, what a gun, mate. Oh, I love it, mate. It's brilliant, mate. And I just basically want to give you a little update on some of the new things that have come to the man cave, that were part of the making of the man cave as well, that have really, I've found have improved my, not my gaming ability, but have improved my gaming enjoyment. And there were two things in particular that I purchased that have really made a big difference. And first up is the router. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, just because you bought a new router doesn't make your internet any faster and doesn't do this and doesn't do that. I understand that. But my router, actually, my old one, which was a D-Link DIR655, was very good when I first got it. The range on it wasn't too bad as far as Wi-Fi, because obviously I'm not the only person in the house that needs to use the internet. We do need some decent Wi-Fi range. We have it at one end. Unfortunately, the router is at one end of the house and not in the middle, which would be perfect, but it's not. But anyway, I ended up getting myself, it's called Asus Dark Knight. And it is actually a really, really good router. It was really easy to set up. I got it for $140 or $150, which is more than happy to... Look, I would spend that every year if it meant that I had a new router that worked 100%. And the difference that I noticed was just amazing. Now, our old router, we originally had 5 people living in the house, and I'm telling you, that router got to work out. There were at least 10 to 12 devices connected at any one time. They weren't all always running, but it got one hell of a workout. And it was absolutely brilliant for what it did for the time. But I did notice over time it just wasn't performing. It wasn't doing its job properly, and I saved my money up. And I did some research, and I really would recommend it to anyone that's looking for a U-Butte router that's not too expensive, not hard to set up. Seriously, it was one of the easiest setup that I've ever had to do with a router, and I've installed a few on my time, and it was just real basic, straightforward. And yeah, the Dark Knight, Asus Dark Knight, I think it's N66U or NT66U. Anyway, I'll leave a link to anything I discussed down in the description below, so you guys can go and have a look for yourself. If that's something that you're interested in doing and grabbing, go for it. You will not be disappointed at all. I guarantee you that. And if you are, I'll give you my address. You can come over and punch me in the head. Secondly, and probably more importantly actually than the router, is the fact that I got myself a gaming monitor. Now, I was looking at monitors for a while, and I was using a LCD TV in the bedroom. Had the old beanbag on the bed. I had a pretty comfortable setup. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty groovy. I did enjoy it. And there was nothing per se wrong with it, but I did notice a delay between the controller and what I saw on the TV. Now, yes, it's only a small amount, but it was still noticeable, and something like that can really affect your game. Now, when I decided, after doing much research, I can't speak properly now, doing much research, what was good enough for a PlayStation. Now, obviously, this is not going to be used for any sort of PC gaming, so I don't need 120 Hz. 120 Hz is a waste. Anything that can manage 60 and slightly above. Apparently, this monitor that I have, which I will tell you now because I've just been talking about, not saying anything about it, which is the RL2450HT, and it's a BenQ monitor. And it cost me $229, I believe, which I think is not a lot of money to spend for something that has great picture quality and the response time. These are the things that you want to look at if you decide to get yourself a TV for gaming or a monitor for gaming. Is you want to look at the response time, you want to look at refresh rate, and you want to look at input lag. And input lag usually isn't stated
Yeah, I realized that when I died.
on a lot of the information. It's something you're going to have to search through. A lot of websites do tests on those sorts of things. I'll actually do a little bit of research and I'll find some links for you guys so you can look up maybe the monitor you've got, or I think they do them for TVs and stuff too. But if you do a search, put in your TV name or put in your monitor name and its code and everything, and type input lag after it, and I'm sure you will find information telling you what it is. Now, I don't know what I couldn't say between this and this is what is best for you, but I will say that for the low price that I pay for this monitor, I've got great picture quality, the controls feel tight. When I turn, which makes all the difference. And this session, this video that you guys are watching from, was from a 19-game session that I had with my boy Snake, my boy Softy, and my boy Helly, and we had a couple of other guys come in and out, but they're basically the guys that I play with the most. And we added 19 games. I think we lost about 3 or 4, and even I ended up with like a fucking KD of like 3.5 or something by the end of the session. We were getting 6-0s, 9-0s. I mean, just going flawless is just, it happens now and again, but I notice with the setup that I've got now, maybe it's placebo effect, I don't know, but mate, it was just smoking, and we had fucking such a great session. And you know what, if it's placebo effect, I'll take it. But seriously, you have to get yourself a monitor or a TV that has a low input lag and a decent response time. And like I said, I'll leave information for you guys in the description so you can do some research yourself, and you know, maybe look at doing something for yourself that helps yourself out to help your gaming to be a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit better. Okay, it's not going to make you a pro player. It's not going to make you any better, but at least when you're seeing what you're seeing and you're doing what you're doing, it's happening when it should. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to gaming, you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage. Less rage that way, more enjoyment. And yeah, so that was a 9-0 on Meltdown, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, links to the description to the router, to the monitor, and to any of my guys if they have YouTube channels. I know Softy does, I'm not sure about Helly and Snake, but anyway guys, thanks for taking the time to listen, and as always, I will catch you guys on the other side.